All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Daily High. I'll be your only host, Tone Vase. Let's see if we are streaming on YouTube or not. We are. Okay. There were apparently some issues yesterday, still having thumbnail issues. This is going to be a very, very short show. We couldn't bring you a show yesterday, and Matt's not able to make it today. So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm free right now for 15 minutes. Let's do a quick show. So I am already on screen share. We are keeping an eye on a monthly chart. This is a linear version of the chart. I want to see this trend line get broken to the upside, which would be really, really cool. We still have about 7 days to go to close the month above this trend line, but I really want to see a full candle above this trend line. If we can get a full candle above this trend line, then I will be very, very confident that we are ready to challenge the next Fibonacci line sitting at approximately $156,000. We're not going to challenge it right away. We may not get there this year, but I do believe we will challenge it before this cycle ends. And there is a high chance we will also challenge the ultimate Fibonacci projection of 210,000 before this cycle ends. And this is where I'm going to jump right to the cycle chart. And reaching 210,000 would be right here. So you can see how if we get there, we will not cross into the purple, but we would be perfectly in line for a top. If we can get there by October, that would be awesome. But as long as we get there at some point, even if we get there in February, that is still a very, very good thing. If we do get there in February, we have a shot at crossing into the purple, which might happen. And let's see how long this bull market lasts. This is a very slow run up, way slower than all prior cycles. But I still believe in that 4-year cycle. Weekly chart, we have a chance to close at a brand new weekly closing high. If we end up closing at a new weekly closing high, I will consider that extension B ending last week is not going to drag us down into a significant correction. Also, if we close at a new weekly closing high, we will reach C12. That leaves us with only one C extension to complete. The C extension can drag us back down, but I'm also eyeing the MRI top that I'm very confident is going to bring us down. So in a perfect world, we do not close as a new weekly closing high this week. In a perfect world, we close below 119,000. Then we break it next week with a strong-ish candle. A strongish candle is something similar to the first week of second week of July, but it doesn't even have to be that strong. So the second week of July was a $10,000 weekly candle. Anything above 5,000 in a week is a strong candle to me. So I want to see this week close below 119. I want to see next week be between 5 and 10,000 to the upside. And then the following week, I want more consolidation. And then one of the 2 weeks after that, I want the big upswing that brings us above 130,000. That would create an absolute perfect selling opportunity at the top with MRI top plus extension C ending, and that would be the final extension, completing all the extensions since the MRI top that was created back in November of last year. That completes the entire cycle, and that could lead to a very significant correction, potentially back into below 100K. But again, in a perfect world, we would fly closer to 140 and then only pull back no lower than 110. But if this plays out the way I just described, I would be a seller between 130 and 140 if it happens in mid-August. Mid to late August, if we're hitting that area, I become very interested in taking profit and potentially shorting. Potentially shorting. And in case anyone is curious, I am almost at a 100% bullish position, and I will have a 100% bullish position the moment we are either closing this week at a new weekly high, closing high, or we start next week strong to the upside. That creates a 100% bullish allocation for me. Right now, I'm at about 80. I really liked this breakout out of the symmetric triangle, but we still have to do more. We have to do a little bit more. Here's the daily chart. I really like the consolidation here. We are working on all three extensions, A, B, and C. And we got a long way to go, but we are in an uptrend. This MRI top was created in a way that kicked off the extensions. And hopefully these extensions are also going to end when the weekly MRI top ends. We could be in a very good situation here. If we continue to consolidate and then shoot up and then consolidate, we can create the next MRI top and ending all of these extensions around the same time we are ending the weekly extensions in MRI. We are in the early stages for a perfect top if we go slow and reach 130, 140 within the next 4 weeks by end of August. Could be absolutely perfect. I got to look at seasonality, whether September, August, September, October, how do they perform seasonality wise? I don't remember. My memory is good, but not that good. Right here, we have the hourly chart. The hourly chart is totally useless. And then consolidation, it got rejected by the MRI resistance line. It is coming off a green star candle, but we've also reset the MRI counts. I would love to see the next green star candle close above the MRI resistance line, and that would tell me that we are ready for a minor liftoff challenging the all-time high of 124. Already talked about this. Don't really feel like looking at shitcoins today. Gold is consolidating nicely. Everyone is calling me about silver. So oil is ready to break down, but it's also being supported by the MRI support line, plus an MRI buy coming up tomorrow. So that's an interesting dynamic. From a chart perspective, it's bearish. From the MRI perspective, it's bullish. Let's see what wins. S&P 500, new all-time high, looking very good for Bitcoin. Keep in mind that the S&P 500, today is Thursday, making to end of week being a 7 candle. MRI top coming in early next week. Please be aware, and the futures is in line with that. We have to take a look at the weekly chart, and the weekly chart is on an MRI. Ooh, brand new count. This bodes well for the daily MRI being a short-term top with a 1 to 4 candle correction, followed by the extension phase of the MRI indicator. Nothing to say on the interest rates. CBOE, I'm going to talk about this chart actually in a minute. What am I looking at here? I wanted to pull up silver. put it right next to gold. Here's our chart of silver. Silver hit a weekly MRI top last week. I would be looking to exit silver, guys. I really, really would. It's at $38. That is a very, very good high price here for silver. I got to see where we are on the gold-silver ratio, actually. Let's look at monthly. Monthly is clean. Let me show more information here. I'm missing stuff. Where's my time frame? Is this an old indicator? Do I not have? Hold on, let me close this. Hmm. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. Still missing stuff. Oh no, that's why I'm not missing it actually. That's why it's not there. Yep, is there now. Okay, great. Monthly is halfway up the count. Monthly is saying there's way more upside, but as I explained in the last video, I can't see silver going above 50 bucks. I just can't see it. But I'm surprised that it's having this big of a week. I would expect this to pull back even tomorrow. Let me look at the daily. Yeah, guys, I think silver has topped. I think it topped. Look at this beautiful reversal candle. Extensions A, B, and C have all ended off of the MRI right here. Weekly MRI top. Man, if I was still babysitting trades and a futures trader, I would go short. I'm actually gonna put this in right here. Let's see what happens. I need a short position right there. It's a little bit hindsight. This is daily candle. It kind of sucks, but I would have gone short somewhere around 39.10. I mean, it's okay. I would have definitely gone short at 39.10. The moment it fell below 31.10. Maybe I would wait by end of this video. Maybe it'll pull back up a little bit. And my stop loss would be very tight. It would be right here above the swing high. And if tomorrow trades lower, I would lower my my stop loss. I would even have my stop loss at the top of today's candle. So I would try to, like, where is it at right now? It's right below 39. I mean, I like round numbers. I would just short right at 39. Actually, I hate round numbers in trading, but all right, so let's do this. We're going to short silver at 39. This is not the futures market, but if it was the futures market, I mean, I can pull up the futures market, but we're looking at the spot price or CFD of silver, which uses the spot price. And my stop loss is above today's swing high. That creates a risk of how much? 36 cents. Silver, one silver futures contract, I believe, is 5,000 ounces. SI CME futures spec. 5,000 ounces, because I was right. It trades in, what's the interval? Looks like half a cent for $25. That's a super leveraged contract. So this means that for every contract that you buy, every time silver moves $1, your portfolio changes $5,000. Okay? So that's for every dollar. So for every 10 cents, your portfolio moves $500. One contract. This is what I used to trade. I used to be a day trader. I never held these overnight. It's already 2 p.m. If you're entering a silver trade now, you're holding it overnight. I've held them overnight. I've paid dearly for this. But you don't have to trade the futures contract. You can trade the ETF. But just so you know how leveraged futures are. I think silver topped. I'm going to trust the MRI. And we'll see how it works out by Monday. Monday will tell you. You will know by Monday if... Where the hell did the chart go? You will know by Monday if silver has topped. You may even know tomorrow. Okay? I believe silver has topped. The MRI is calling for a top. Let's see what happens. Remind me to look at this, but I'm going to keep a chart going. And I pulled up this CBOE. CBOE has completed extension B, extension A, and extension C on the weekly scale. The chart is still very bullish. The current week is crazy bullish. CME is hitting a daily MRI top today. So I think the CME might have short-term topped as well. This is their second, not their second. This was not a proper MRI completion. So this is not the second MRI top, but that's okay. And the daily just kicked off A and B, and C is about to complete if we have more upside. So I'm not sure if the CME has stopped or not, but the CME is so good with the MRI indicator. You can see the MRI tops right here back in November and October on the daily. But the reason why I was pulling it up is because I was showing this chart to someone because I was explaining the MRI indicator. And the CME did something I've never seen in any other asset. It hit 5 consecutive weekly MRI tops. I have never seen 5 consecutive MRI tops ever. Unless it's a currency going into, perpetual devaluation. When it comes to stocks, I've never seen 5 consecutive daily or weekly MRI tops. It is completely unheard of. During that stretch, on a monthly scale, it only hit 1.5 MRI tops. It couldn't even get to the second one. But on a weekly, it 5 consecutive MRI tops. Absolutely nuts. And that was the top for 4 years. How many years? That was the top for 5 years. That created a 5-year top and a massive correction literally the next day. And CBOE, not CME, sorry, CBOE has been on a tear since breaking that barrier. And we may be topping. Just something to keep an eye on. All right, guys. On this note, I'm done. We're having a very good month. in Bitcoin collection by the ETFs. All right, I'm going to glance at your live chat, and then I'm going to call it a day. Everyone is asking for MSTR. I don't see a need to look at MSTR because it just follows Bitcoin. I don't follow MSTR's, short-term stuff. I'm not sure what's happening here. This does not look logarithmic to me. It is, okay, good. We are logarithmic. I have no comment. I don't know what you want me to say about MSTR. I have no comment. There's nothing to say. It hit an MRI top and dropped. I mean, what else do you want me to say? If it reaches an MRI buy and Bitcoin is looking good, it's a buy. I don't know what you want me to say. Can I explain briefly what's an extension? Without getting in legal trouble, probably not. Pedro, you need to have access to the MRI. I explained it in my educational video. It's hard to explain it briefly. When you reach an MRI top, not this MRI top actually, this MRI top reset the count. When you and the second consecutives don't kick off extensions, but when you reach an MRI top like right here, and it does not reverse the price, and the price keeps going, it kicks off 3 extensions: A, B, and C. I'm sorry, guys. This is this extension A and this extension B are actually from this MRI top. This MRI top created this extension A, this extension B, and I'm not sure where this extension A is coming from. MRI top creates extension A, B, and we never got a C. And this MRI top creates this extension A, this extension B. Oh, we had an A plus moving here. I would need to, I mean, the code is right. I got to do a deep dive. It's a rough chart to deal with this. Anyway, it's part of the indicator, but you need the MRI resources that explain it. What causes these numbers to rise? Yeah, I can't briefly explain it. I spent like an hour explaining it in my video. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna call it a day. Nope, ignore that. Didn't mean to click on that. That was me. I'm back on my health and wellness train. This is my priority for the rest of the year. Actually, I will go back to that. My goal by end of year is to get back to looking like this. It's a very, very challenging goal because this took 5 years to do. And it all ended during a pandemic. So My goal is to get back to what I look like, and I don't want to give my age, but I am 40 years old in that picture. So I want to get back to looking like that, but maybe even better now that I'm significantly older. And my dry fast went very well. I broke it yesterday after almost 3 full days, but that's because I went to an unreasonably hot sauna, and I was going out with my friends, and I was gonna drink alcohol, but that did not. My body rejected the alcohol, which was interesting. In that I would take a sip of wine with my steak, and my brain just said, my brain wasn't happy. So I took about 5 sips of my wine glass, and that was it. It just like my body kept wanting to reach for the water. Like my arm would reach for the wine glass, and it would just get redirected to the sparkling water. I just could not like the taste of wine was like repulsive to me yesterday after my 3-day dry fast, which was very, very interesting because you guys know how much I drink alcohol. But I'm doing all kinds of experiments for the rest of the year, and I'll keep you guys posted on those. I'll do a bunch of content on health and wellness. I am gonna be, I'm gonna try to do like a Brian Johnson guinea pig lifestyle, health and wellness stuff, but without spending much money on technology at all. So I'm gonna try to do it through like free means of health and wellness, and not injecting myself with crazy shit, or take crazy vitamins. So for me, it's all about what you're eating, when you're eating it, and maybe very minor supplementation. But I'm trying to avoid that as well. A lot of content on this is coming towards the end of the year, and next time I'm doing a hangout retreat in Roatan. Welcome everyone to come, and we can spend all week talking about this stuff. My new minor passion. Thank you all for watching, and see you all on the next video, hopefully tomorrow with Matt to close out the week. Bye, guys. Oh, Ali. Yes, I'm bullish right now. I am bullish on Bitcoin right now. I below 116. I'm sticking to my 30% at the moment. I think we're gonna break out. I think we are way more likely to break out above 120. We are coming into the weekend, but today, between today, tomorrow, and Monday night, I think above 120 is way more likely than below 116. All right. Thank you all for watching, guys. And how I finished my tequila spreadsheet. It was finished. Someone built a website. Fuck, what's the website? I'm gonna, now that there's a website, I need to update the spreadsheet, because that spreadsheet was built like 6 years ago, and I put tequila prices on them, and they're priced nowhere near the same anymore. But let me see, where is? Hold on, I know where website is. The website is still a work in progress, guys. But if you don't want to look at a spreadsheet, a follower of mine decided to build a website. The hell is it? Here it is. I'll throw it in the live chat. Here's the website. Tones Tequila website. Not my website, but I'm going to work with whoever built this. I forgot his name already. Sorry if you're watching. I'm going to work with you on this, and we'll get it perfect. Oh, I said time cycle updates next week, guys. Bye.